What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Steve Gunner, bringing you all the Week 3 of the Eon World Trophy, where we, the Bullet Punch Club, are going to be going up against none other than my good friend, AutoMatthic, who is the coach of the Nigmegan Nuzleafs. Yes, solid names, I know. Both his username and his team name. Honestly, he is someone who I've known for quite a while right now. I believe I have competed against him before in the Season 2 of the Ultimate Battle League, and I've even known him before even that. And yeah, it's honestly a nice experience to be able to face him again, because he's also a WBE coach as well. So you know, like, he and I go a bit back in a certain sense or fashion. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about him. I'll be sure to leave his links in the description down below. Feel free to check him out. And along with that, unfortunately during this recording, there is one point where my audio just outright dies. So there will be a voiceover to compensate for that. But regardless, most of the match that you're going to end up seeing will be most definitely live recorded. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. Now, as far as the team goes, you should be able to see that here and now. My god, that actually hurt my ear. But from team preview alone, you can very much see that he does most certainly have a decent chunk of threats. From his Duraludon to especially his Cinderace and his Conkeldurr, he very much can put the hurt on me if I am not playing my cards carefully enough. So I definitely got to make sure that I don't put myself in these common traps and just pretty much leave myself wide open, especially when he has threats like Necrozma, as well as Gastrodon and so on. I'm sorry, it's been a pretty long while since we last faced. But yeah, I keep saying but yeah so many times, what's wrong with me? Anyways, yes. Huge shout outs and thanks go to my boy Zazo, aka Iron Flash Gaming, for helping me build for this week in general, really. I keep saying this week, even though this really happened just like 4 weeks. Wow. My god, what's wrong with me? 4 weeks back. So, yeah. Regardless, this is the team that we got. First things first, we got the biggest threat against him, which would have to be my Choice Specs Kyurem, rocking Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, and Psychic. And this set that you see before you, honestly, this is easily the biggest threat against him in every conceivable way, because, yeah, like, there really is very few switches to Choice Specs Kyurem to begin with. And when you combine that with the fact that I am Modest Nature, and this investment that you see before you, which, by the way, ensures that I'm going to be able to take hits comfortably from, say, Mach Punch Conkeldurr, Pyro Ball Cinderace, and especially High Jump Kick Cinderace, I will be able to take hits much better and before being able to retaliate back and knock out his biggest offensive threats, while also not losing my offensive prowess in the process. And this 12 speed investment is like something that I was rather apprehensive about at first, but realistically speaking, a speed investment for this match in itself just seems like a whole ass waste in general, because yeah, Kyurem just pretty much outspeeds the majority of his squad in the first place. And Psychic is there as the last move because it pretty much hits both his Cinderace and his Conkeldurr for like decent damage without having to, you know, make me risk missing Draco Meteor, and at the same time Psychic is a 2-hit KO on even as solve as Conkeldurr as it is. So yeah, next up we got Babypetra. I don't know why I keep copying Wolf. Like the Eviolite Vullaby with Defog, Roost, Knockoff, and Snarl. And honestly, this Pokemon is a really good switch-in for his Necrozma as well as his Duraludon, which can very much be very good offensive threats against me. Especially the former, because Necrozma can run a lot of sets in Calm Mind or a Swords Dance, and if he is any of those sets, especially Swords Dance, he is not going to be able to do anything to me. And when you combine that with the fact that I happen to possess Snarl, I can pretty much set myself up in a position where I most certainly will be able to set up for a sweep for this next Pokemon that I'm about to show to you right now, which, by the way, is a very special set. And yeah, otherwise it's here to pretty much just keep hazards off my side of the field, because honestly, after seeing how Week 1 and Week 2, you know, just turned out, I refuse to get my ass swept by a Psychic type or a Ghost type in general, okay? Enough of that bullshit. As far as the next Pokemon that we now have goes, this is quite frankly the biggest threat against AutoMatthic that goes along with my Kyurem, which would have to be my leftovers special Zeraora with Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Calm Mind, and Snarl. And there is a reason why it has Snarl in the first place, because when you consider the fact that he has Pokemon like Necrozma, and as well as his Gastrodon, which could very likely be special, This set just pretty much exploits these things in every possible way and pretty much opens up the door towards me being able to sweep his team late game with Calm Mind in general. So yeah, like when you consider that with moves like Thunderbolt and Grass Knot, which pretty much hits his whole squad, including his like Gastrodon, I can pretty much set myself up for an end game where this thing can legitimately sweep his team. If Auto, you know, like doesn't keep his other threats reasonably healthy. So yeah, I'm very much excited to use this set. And again, these investments pretty much just ensure that I'm gonna be able to take pretty much any single hit from it. And because Auto's team does very much lack in the speed department, I will most certainly be benefiting from it when it's all said and done. But yeah, next up we got our Ferdinand, which is our heavy duty boots Arcanine with Bulldoze, Flare Blitz, Morning Sun, and Toxic. And as far as this set that you see before you goes, this is pretty much my main switch into Cinderace in the first place, because that thing is an obnoxious piece of garbage, and I sure as hell don't want to get my ass, you know, like really get my ass handed to it by this Pokemon in the first place. And yeah, Intimidate is pretty good against him in general because it does hinder his Conkeldurr somewhat, along with the fact that I'm able to, you know, like with Bulldoze, I'm going to be able to hit his Cinderace and not fall to this trap which Envy did against Joey, which would have to be Taunt Super Fang. And by having, you know, like Bulldoze at my side to exploit, I will most certainly be able to punish that set and put it and whittle him down to the point where this next Pokemon that I have on my side will be able to leniently knock this thing out and set the doors from there. And yeah, Toxic is there as a last move because it does definitely hit his Necrozma, it definitely hits his Gastrodon, and when it's all said and done, this thing will most certainly put in a good chunk of work. Next up, we got our Happy, which is our Choice Scarf Togekiss with Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Trick, and Flamethrower. And as far as this Pokemon itself goes, this very much is something that really does put in a lot of work against him and is pretty much a very free win con against him because his Steel type is a Duraludon, and last time I checked, Duraludons don't have the best special defense, even if they do happen to be Assault Vest. So when you take that into consideration, this is a very solid revenge killer and can very much just flinch down his Gastrodon if I am on the lucky side of the spectrum, which I in theory should be because I have Serene Grace. So yeah, Flamethrower is there because I generally don't remember why it has Flamethrower in the first place, but Dazzling Gleam is obviously there because Stab, and Trick is there because yeah, I can cripple up his other Pokemon like Necrozma and Duraludon and so on. But yeah, last but not least, we got our Matt Riddle, which is our leftover Specimian with Drain Punch, Bulk Up, Substitute, and Toxic. And as far as this Pokemon that you see before you goes, this thing also puts in a lot of work against him because, truthfully speaking, the only thing that he has that can actually take this thing on would have to be his Necrozma. And as far as Necrozma goes, it will not necessarily like Toxic. So the way this works is that basically if I'm able to whittle down his Necrozma and take it out, which this thing definitely can because it does happen to possess Toxic, along with the fact that it can set up a Bulk Up as well as a Substitute, I can very much sweep his whole team with this thing, should push come to shove. And this thing does very much hit ridiculously hard because yeah, Specimian is a Pokemon that you never want to sleep on. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say regarding this team. Hope you all enjoyed, and with that being said, enough of me rambling on. Let's move on into the game, shall we? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Uzi Gunner here bringing you the Week 3 of the Eon World Trophy. Now, I apologize for being rather quiet, but this is something that I got to do because it's like really late here. But yeah, I'm going to be facing my boy AutoMatthic, and let's see what he brought, alright? Hopefully this should be a clean game. It's something that I won't mess up through either misclicking or just you know, like getting hacks to death. But yeah, my boy pretty much brought all the 6 Pokemon that I expected him to bring. There's no Mr. Rhyme, so that's something. He didn't bring Mr. Rhyme and instead brought his Drapion, so that's very good to know. But in either case, I think my best lead would definitely have to be my Arcanine, because I can just pretty much get an easy Intimidate off and pretty much just go on from there. So that's pretty much the hypothesis of my thought process here now. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna lead off with my Arcanine and see what happens. It's probably gonna blow up on my face like everything in life, but you know what? Let's try to be optimistic for once. Yeah, let's try to be optimistic for once. And I'm sorry for being rather quiet, but yeah. Okay, so this is where it looks like my laptop decided to say fuck you, Uzi, and just pretty much murder my audio. So yeah, until everything goes back to normal, this is President Uzi signing in for Past Uzi. as you are going to see this match take place in the exact same fucking stadium where pretty much all my draft league matches have been taking lately, which is Motostoke Stadium. I generally don't understand why this game seems to have an affinity with me playing here, but you know what, I sure as hell ain't complaining. It's a pretty nice place, as you're going to see Auto lead off with his Drapion as I lead off with my Arcanine. And turn 1 I considered switching out because I didn't necessarily want to lose my heavy duty boots, but that is until I realized that he has no reason to stay in the first place, because if I do happen to be an offensive variant and I go for a Flare Blitz, he is going to get hurt a lot. And especially when he has Gastrodon on his side, he should very much switch out of here. So, thinking that I have no reason to make a very aggressive play, I should just click Bulldoze as it is, because if his Drapion chose to stay in for God knows why, I would have been able to get a decent chunk of damage off on this thing. But, in either case, now with his Gastrodon in, I genuinely have no reason to not bring my Kyurem in, because, yeah, no matter what Gastrodon does, it will always invite in this Pokemon, and even if he goes for a Toxic, which would very much be unfortunate, the fact of the matter is that the moment Kyurem is in, it goes in. Because yeah, look at Auto's team. You will, and if you do so, you will realize that he doesn't necessarily have proper specs Kyurem switching at all, as he is gonna go for a Toxic, which is in itself a fine play in itself. But yeah, as of now, I have absolutely nothing stopping me from dropping the hottest Draco Meteor of 2020, and that is a quote that I'm going to be using a lot in the season, because that is how good of a Pokemon Kyurem happens to be. As Auto definitely has no reason to stay in the first place, so yeah, like I knew for a fact that he was gonna feel, fear the freeze dry, so thinking that he's gonna bring in his Skunk, I'm just gonna drop Draco Meteor, as that is going to almost Oko him, but as you can see, that was actually a critical hit in the first place, as Auto revealed to me that this was quite literally max special defense and max HP as all hell. So yeah, I was very much surprised that this was a critical hit, but in either case, I'm really sorry, my dude. But seeing as to how his Conk is near his deathbed, I genuinely have no reason whatsoever to keep my Kyurem, in on this thing, because I don't necessarily want to take a Mach Punch to the dome. I still want to keep this thing healthy so that it can get a surprise KO on some of his other Pokemon. So I'm gonna have to just actually switch out and go out in my Togekiss, because I expected him to go straight for a Mach Punch, and as you can see, that is exactly what he goes for. So as of this moment in time, I realized that he doesn't necessarily have the best switch into Togekiss in the first place. Yeah, he does happen to possess a Gastrodon, but the thing is, it doesn't resist Air Slash. And so as long as it doesn't resist Air Slash, it cannot, that doesn't mean that it can actually 1v1 this thing, or I can flinch it. So, taking all of that into consideration, along with the fact that he is very likely Babiri Berry for a Grass Knot Zeraora, I'm just gonna pretty much go straight for an Air Slash, and with this chip damage that I've already inflicted on it, courtesy of a Bulldoze, if the next one actually flinches, he is gonna lose his Gastrodon the very next turn. So yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much go straight for an Air Slash. I genuinely have no reason not to, as that is almost going to be able to knock him out, but unfortunately he's going to be able to break through, which is something, I guess. But yeah, this is President Uzi signing out, and we go back to the audio. What is happening here? But here I'm just gonna pretty much go back out in my Hubert, and this time I'm just gonna click Freeze Dry. Yeah, I'm just gonna click Freeze Dry and just snag an immediate KO. Not even have to worry at all, really. Had I gotten that flinch there, this thing would have definitely been the dust, but it's fine. It's definitely fine. I don't expect him to go out in his Duraludon, because honestly speaking, that's just a bad play in general. That's just a really bad play in general, honestly. Because yeah, Duraludons don't have the best of special defense, if I'm gonna be completely real here. Although he could go do that, I guess. All right, so he's gonna switch out. Go out in his Duraludon? No, he goes out in his Conk. So this puts us back in square one again. That's obviously that's actually sad. Ooh. Not something I wanted at all. But yeah, in either case, I still think that losing my, you know what? No. I'm still gonna make the safe play. Hindsight's 2020, but at the end of the day, I'm here to win this game. Yeah. And if he clicks Poison Jab, then you know what? Good on him. That's a really good play on his behalf. But yeah, he makes the play. Okay, so very good play on Auto's behalf. I definitely should have gone out into my other Pokemon there. Yeah, I definitely should have just gone hard out into my what's that thing called? I keep forgetting. Yeah, I should have just kept air slashing. There was really no drawbacks from it in the end, and now I pretty much, you know, like have a really weakened Togekiss to take care of, which is fine, I guess. But at the same time, it's obviously unfortunate. But the good thing is, like, Togekiss doesn't necessarily need to be healthy to put in a good amount of work. This thing is still a win con, like, no matter what. So it's gonna go out into Duraliodon. That's completely fine by me. I'm just gonna go out into my Petra, Baby Petra, as my boy Wolfie would like to say it. And I am just going to pretty much click Knockoff or click Defog, whatever is the best for the situation, really. And honestly, if I'm gonna be completely real, like if this thing is Choice Specs, Draco Meteor is like a 2-hit KO on me, but otherwise, Petra should be able to take any single one hit he could want to go for. He could try to set up his Stealth Rocks here. That definitely makes all the sense in this world. But no, he's just gonna go for a Flash Cannon. Makes sense. Just don't get a Spit Depth Drop on me, sir. Please. Thank you, sir. As now, what I'm gonna do is just pretty much get a very free knockoff off. Yes. Because if I'm able to get rid of this thing's item, I will be able to basically find out exactly what I'm supposed to do against this thing. And at the same time, like, whittling this thing down will definitely ensure that I'm going to be able to take this thing on comfortably well with pretty much anything else. So he's just gonna pretty much go out into his Venom. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense because, yeah, I'm gonna be able to get rid of his Black Sludge, which shows to me that this thing is definitely T-Spiker of sorts. And if I'm gonna be completely real here, I'm obviously not gonna go out into that. Like, hell no. That shit definitely ain't happening, my guy. You know what? I think I'm fine with Riddle getting his item knocked off. Yeah, I'm definitely fine with my Riddle losing his leftovers. Because in the grand scheme of, in reality, this is definitely like a price worth paying. Yeah, as he's just gonna have to set up a Toxic Spikes. And this is fine. Yeah, this is definitely fine in the sense that you can't necessarily touch me now, can you? In fact, I can just pretty much click sub on you. And I really don't see any reason for you to want to stay in. You have a Necrozma. Unless, of course, he doesn't want to... Okay, so he said... He opts to set up 2 layers of T-Spikes. Okay, that's fine. So, that's obviously, like, rather troubling, but at the same time, it really isn't, I think. Because, like, yeah, look at me. I'm a really healthy Matthew Rid. And right now, there's nothing stopping me from just clicking Bulk Up or just clicking Drain Punch. Like, you outspeed me anyways. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Drain Punch here, rather than bulking up. Yeah, because I had a feeling like you'd want to just break the substitute here. And I think, like, taking out that Pessimian of yours is definitely, like, yeah, Pessimian of yours, well, sorry. Your Drapion of yours is going to be much more useful than losing my, bulking myself up. Yeah, this is good damage. This is some really good damage. I'm essentially just going to get myself back up to 100%, really. This Venom doesn't really have much to live for. Okay, so he could go out in his Necros. Okay, even if he goes out in his Necrozma, what exactly can he do, right? I can just keep snarling that thing. Yeah, with my Baby Petra. So, yeah. Okay, I probably should just sub. Obviously, that's definitely something that I'm not gonna benefit from, but okay, so his leftovers. Oh, that's definitely good to know. So my play here is to, beyond a shadow of a doubt, go out in my Petra because I think I should be able to take you on reasonably well. If you want to set up your Stealth Rocks, that's obviously fine by me, but yeah, I think like it depends on what he goes for right now. It really depends on what he goes for. He's gonna double out. Okay, so really good play on his behalf. He's gonna go back out in his Venom. Yeah, I appreciate these sort of plays, you know. Definitely a good play on my opponent's behalf. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back out in my Riddle, unfortunately. So like, yeah, he's playing these portions of the game really well. Definitely. Yeah, that's the like weird issue with me. I give people these sorts of opportunities to just pretty much make a comeback. And in the end, it is me that ends up suffering for it in the end. You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously I'm taunted, so there's not much I can do on that front. I don't have a Steel type either on the squad, so there's also that. You know what? I'm gonna double here. Watch this play. Just watch me. Yeah. I had a feeling that would work. He goes back out in his midnight, then a Krozma, and here I'm gonna be able to get the defog off, and pretty much just repeat the cycle, which is not something I appreciate at all. But it should be fine. Yeah, because I can basically I can maneuver around him decently well. But I just gotta play my cards right. And at the same time, I gotta make sure I don't time myself out. Because if I do, that's obviously gonna be a problem. But yeah, Necrozma is definitely a threat. I cannot overlook that thing at all. He should go back out in his Venom. Yep, he does. He goes back out in his Venom, which makes all the sense in this world that we live in. And by getting rid of your T-Spikes, this immediate pressure on me is gone. So, yeah. Here, I think I'm pretty much just gonna... No, I'm not gonna go out in my Happy. That's stupid. Like, it doesn't really matter what happens from here onwards, because realistically speaking, like, once I'm able to click Toxic on that... once I'm able to click Toxic on that Necrozma of his, he is not gonna have a good time. Like, at all. He really isn't gonna have a good time at all. So here, I can obviously just sub up again, but honestly speaking, like, I'm not in the mood to think that much. That could obviously work against my favor, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep clicking Drain Punch. Okay, so he does choose to set up a layer of T-Spike in the end, so I definitely made the right play here by choosing to attack him. I also could have bulked up here, but honestly speaking, what I really want more than anything else right now is this thing to just get out of my face, because that's pretty much going to be what guarantees the cycle from coming to an end. So there's that. But yeah, I'm just gonna click Drain Punch again. If he wants to set up another layer of T-Spike, he can be my guest. But I can definitely recover from that, because I still have my Scarf Togekiss is still here, as well as my other Pokemon. My Scarf Togekiss and what's that thing called? My Kyurem are regularly poisoned, not badly poisoned. So, oh no, they are badly poisoned too. So never mind, I'm stupid, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, I will definitely be able to take out his Drapion right now. So down goes his Kong, down goes his Drapion, and right now, I think we're still in a pretty good spot. If he goes out into Cinderace, I'm definitely gonna just go hard out into my Arcanine. Not even gonna think about this twice. Ronaldinho, who the hell are you? Okay, yeah, you're definitely that. Cinderace. Do me a favor and court change your own Toxic Spikes. I would love that. That'd be epic. But yeah, my play is definitely just going out in my Arcanine. And since I got the boots with me, I don't necessarily got to worry about anything else, really. I can even just Toxic Spikes, click Toxic on whoever he wants to bring it on my face. So yeah, out comes my Ferdinand von Ager, as he is going to click Pyro Ball. And that's gonna do absolutely piss poor damage, because I'm impish as hell. Yeah, that does nothing. That does absolutely nothing. So here, I have nothing, he already sees that I revealed the, you know what, let me just click Toxic here. If he clicks, okay, so he clicks U-turn. Okay, so I made the right play here, because if he goes out into either his Midnight, which would have to be his Necrozma, or his Gastrodon, he's gonna be obviously put on a timer. And from this sequence of events, I will definitely be able to stop this thing from just being out. Yeah, he goes out into this. So hopefully, if I'm able to connect my Toxic, that would be pretty nice. Okay, Ferdinand is an absolute MVP, my friends. That thing is definitely an MVP, and with Cinderace going for Pyro Ball and U-turn consecutively, that means that my Togekiss should be able to easily outspeed this thing anyways. Okay, sweet. So now I'm definitely going to be able to go out in my Babipetra, and I'm just going to be able to click the Defog, get rid of the T-Spikes, and not have to worry about my Zeraora taking unnecessary chip. And the endgame is definitely here. The only issue is that, unfortunately, when Zazo made this team for me, he made the, what's that thing called? Cinderace prone to get outsped by my No, my Zeraora prone to get outsped by Cinderace, so I can't just set up Combine and just win this game right now. So, yeah, that's obviously something that's unfortunate, but at the same time, that's fine. That's fine as well, because, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get the T-Spike off my side of the field, and now I should be able to, like, go on from here. Like, yeah, you can click Toxic, that's fine. That's actually fine. Because right now, with him being Toxic, I can just click Roost, and pretty much ensure that his Duraludon as well as his Necrozma don't necessarily have the easiest of times like in taking me down. And even then, like, I think I can like set up an end game where my Zeraora should be able to do the rest. So yeah, I'm just gonna click Roost. And at the same time, wait, I outspeed Gastrodon. I didn't notice that until now. I'm so stupid. But yeah, this is overall a pretty good situation. Like, yeah, you can click Recover and all, but if I'm gonna be completely real with you right now, you are very much near your deathbed. Because yeah, I can just go out in my Kyurem and just click Freeze Dry and claim a soul. And there's nothing else that can happen from that outcome, really. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do that. Come on out, Kyurem, and give me the game. Hopefully I clicked right. I don't know, guys. I don't trust myself anymore, especially after what happened week 1. It was so unfortunate. Oh no. But yeah, I'm gonna be able to get that pressure off on him. He's gonna double out, so like he's gonna hard switch out. So really good play on his behalf. He goes out in his Ronaldinho. So Kyurem 140 to 200. You know what? I'm not gonna even fucking run a calc. Because like my whole laptop is lagging and it has recently become such a worthless piece of space that it's just annoying in general, really. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna click Draco Meteor again. You can try to kick me in the face if you want. No, he's just gonna go for Super Fang. Unfortunately, that's not gonna work out for him because I know that I'm pretty sure I live any single hit he could want to go for. But yeah, he tried to predict the Arcanine, which was definitely a good play on his behalf. But yeah, I'm gonna be able to get rid of his race right now, and I definitely see the end game taking place where my Babipetra should be able to win from here, for sure. I could also be making the mistake in the sense that I'm giving his Necrozma some sense of breathing space. That's also a very likely probability. In which case, oh my god, Plesno. But even then, like, okay, no, he goes out in the Sky High, the Duraludon. Okay, that's fine. That's actually fine, honestly. Unless, of course, he goes for the Autotomized thing. But even then, like, I have Snarl. Yeah. So as long as I got Snarl, I should be fine. And to my knowledge, this thing doesn't even have, like, the hardest hitting of moves to abuse against me. When I say that, I mean, like, he can't necessarily Combine and all that jazz. So yeah, he's gonna go for a Dragon Pulse. That's gonna do absolutely piss poor damage. As yeah, this is the point where I think I just keep spamming Snarl until I can no more. Because I definitely have no intention of choking this game away. I've already choked so many games away as it is, guys. Not again, please. Oh boy. Alright, so this is a pretty good spot. I think I should be able to win this. I just gotta play my endgame right, because it's obviously not over just yet. He goes out into Salty, which makes sense, but the unfortunate thing about this situation for him is that I can just pretty much put him in an endless cycle. Because, like, I can reset my Toxic turns, and I can just pretty much, like, get myself back up to 100%, like, nearly 100% right now. And he's also on a, like, really bad timer as well, so, yeah. Okay, cool, I almost made a really huge misclick. So I'm done. So yeah, I'm just gonna get myself back up to a good amount of HP again. I also know for a fact that this thing is Rindoberry as hell. So like, you cannot use Gastrodon without running Rindoberry. That's something that I've like come to an indefinite conclusion to. That's something that I've come to an indefinite conclusion to a long time back. But yeah, in either case, I think right now what I need to do is, who do I go out into though? Honestly, yeah, I still need this thing to be healthy. Alright, so I think I figured out my endgame, guys. I need my plan here is to pretty much ensure that no matter what timeline he tries to put himself on, he cannot get out of this one alive. So he's just gonna go for Scald. It makes all the sense in the world. I don't know if that's gonna kill me with Toxic, but if not, that Matt Riddle is a bro. He really is a bro. Thankfully, as now, I think I can just pretty much click Drain Punch and follow up with Toxic. Assuming he wants to go out into his Necrozma, that is. No, he doesn't. Makes sense. Yeah, look at that damage. I don't know about y'all, but Adamant Passimian in this metagame is absolutely nothing to sleep on. Like not one bit at all. Yeah, what a great Pokemon. Passimian a goat. Alright guys, Passimian's an actual goat. Alright. Yeah, this thing is like almost dead. Yeah. Overall, I think I could have just clicked knockoff there, but at the same time, I want my Petra to be like healthy for that Necrozma of his. I'm not like the last thing I want to do is put myself in a position where I cannot get myself out of that out of the situation. But yeah, in either case, he's gonna pop off his leftovers. I'm not sure if I outsped this thing, but in either case, I'm just gonna click Toxic here. What will be a problem though is if this thing outspeeds me, but I'm going to click Toxic and hopefully hit my move to while I'm at it. Don't have stop, please. Okay. Oh, okay. I was this close to getting like super mad there. But at the same time, like this is really stupid because if I was able to just click Toxic there, I think his fate would have been just pretty much sealed then and there. Which is really unfortunate, of course. Just like ridiculously unfortunate. But Cinderace is dead, and everything else is not alive anymore. So, really, what's stopping me from... I'm not gonna go... Oh, crap. This is stupid. Alright. I guess I can go out in my Ferdinand. This is bad. It's obviously not the worst thing in the world, but it's still like really stupid. The situation that is. But yeah, I'm just gonna click Toxic here. Like the issue was that like if I was able to click that Toxic, what I would have been able to do immediately from there was just pretty much just click Defog. I mean like just got on in my Volibye and just click Defog. Not even not even worrying about anything at all because yeah, this obviously there's not much you can do to me at that phase, but in either case, it's still salvageable. I just gotta click Defog here with my Babbitt Petra. But it's not gonna appreciate the stealth procs and toxic damage. But yeah, I'm thankfully gonna be able to get the play right, and I'm gonna be able to get the defog off right now. Like really, it's pretty much just a matter of when I'm gonna be able to like come in with my Zeraora and just end the game, because that thing just outright ends this game, but on its own. If he stays in with his Gastrodon, I think I can definitely win. But no, he's just gonna switch out, go out in his midnight. Alright, makes sense. So what to do is the question. Because this thing is like obviously pretty annoying with his leftovers. This thing is like ridiculously annoying with his leftovers. You know what? Watch this play. I'm gonna Snarl here. I'm gonna Snarl here and lower his special attack. Okay, I think I may be making a misplay here. Yeah, I may just be making a pretty big misplay here. But at the same time, like I'm being able to like drop his special attack, right? So right now, I'll just click defog here. Depends on what his last move is to hit me with anyways, but Heat Wave, okay. Come on, Patra. Babbitt Patra is the best, guys. it is literally the best Pokemon. So he has what I assume to be Photon Geyser, Stealth Rock, Heat Wave, and most likely a recovery move at that. So I think this is where I can definitely go for game here, guys. Yeah, this is definitely where I can go for game here. Because he's at -1. So Granberria, don't look up the nickname, by the way, guys. Okay, or you know what? Do it, but do it at your own discretion. But yeah, I'm gonna go out and do one of the most intense 4 Heavenly Knights, and I'm going to just pretty much start going for game. It's gonna switch out. It's gonna go out into Salty the Gastrodon. Now it really depends on how much damage he does to me. But I think this is where I can say that this will be it for him. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another Combine this time. Because this time I'm going for a game. No more Mr. Nice Guy. But, okay. You know what? I'm sorry for being just such a pessimist here. But I literally can't do anything but assume the worst here. So please, I really hope this doesn't happen. Granberria, don't let me down, please. You know I love you, but don't let me down. Okay, cool. That does barely anything. Alright. And this is where I... You know what? Let's go to +3. I'm modest, okay? So maybe I can actually beat him here. Maybe. Please. Okay, cool. Thank you, Granberria. I love you. Whew. Knew I can rely on you. Alright, so now I'm +3 modest, so I should be able to like end this game right now. And I got Grass Knot for this reason. I'm clicking my moves really slowly here, so that I don't mess up. Alright, Rindo Berry, it's gonna pop off like I know it will. But this should be it. You should definitely die here. Yeah, good night, Gastrodon. You shall not be missed. Alright, let's see. Zeraora. Look, I'm not playing around here, okay? +3, +3 versus his Duraludon. Everything's so slow here. Alright, so it doesn't kill, but I got Snarl for this exact situation. So obviously I could have like counteract. Why does this thing outspeed me? And he's gonna crit me. Jesus Christ. Okay, so unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to snag the kill just yet. That's Hammer Kiar Bola Rasanya. Acha. Hopefully I'll be able to survive this. Please. Granberria. Don't let me down right now, please. Just don't let me down. Alright, cool. So Granberry is thankfully not gonna succumb to the next Dark Pulse. The first like crit really did, you know, have me tilted there. But yeah, his Choice Scarf Duraludon. Yeah, that's definitely a Choice Scarf Duraludon because there's no other timeline in which it outspeeds me otherwise, unless of course I'm Iron Ball with minus speed nature with leftovers too while I'm at it. Yeah, no way. Okay, so Zeraora should definitely be able to take it home from here. I'm just gonna click Snarl one more time, and hopefully that should be the game. For sure. And this thing is leftovers as hell, so there's really no way you can kill me here, if I'm being completely real. And I'm surprised he has Psychic over Photon Geyser, but I guess it could be a legality thing. Not entirely too sure, but yeah. The BPC is finally going to be able to win their first game, and that is pretty awesome, guys. Especially after what happened in these first 2 games, with how difficult it was to connect for my matches, and so on. It's been pretty much a whirlwind of negative emotions for me. And yeah, like first game I just misclicked my Air Slash. Second game, like all this unfortunate hacks ended up happening, and really it was like a super long game in general. But yeah, the BPC is finally going to be able to snag their first victory in a nice and glorious 4-0, meaning that our differential is no more -4 and actually 0. So yeah, we're finally on a clean slate again, and hopefully it will continue being that way. But yeah, GG to my boy Auto. He definitely had me in the back on a lot of occasions, particularly when I was using my particularly with his Drapion and so on. Drapion, Toxic Spikes. That definitely did do me in, as well as his prediction with Conkeldor. But thankfully we were able to like lock it in and pretty much win the game on our own. So yeah, GG to you. Thanks again. Thanks, and this is all, and of course huge thanks to Zazo for helping me build this week. Definitely wouldn't have been able to win without him, that's for sure. But yeah, we're gonna come back stronger than ever next week, and hopefully you will not have to listen to me just keeping my voice down. This is the UAZ Gunner. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a glorious day, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Whoosh!